Well, this is a long relationship that I've had with KEF now. Can't remember how many years, but it must be at least 10 years. And it's interesting because growing up, you know, any young boy gets sort of enamored with hi-fi. In terms of designing Muon came out of nowhere. Something that they were trying to achieve for a long time. I believe for almost 12 years they were trying to produce perfect sound. Muon was 100 units worldwide to be sold to aficionados in every form of music, from people like Sting to, you know, high-level classical musicians who value purity of sound. And this is trying to make it accessible to people. That's what that is. So, you know, I can talk more about that. But in essence, the way these are made are different from Muon. It's a physically different technology which is made by superform aluminium, which is what Aston Martin is. It's the opposite. It shouldn't move. Nothing should move, because then it means all the energy is projected out. And it's a little bit like aerodynamics or hydrodynamics. Anything that is in the way of that drive unit will create turbulence. So the form is moving away from it, so that everything that is expressed is pure. So that was my approach, and out of that came this form. But that trilobal shape helps facilitate the correct angle for the sound emission, which is very, very important.
The form does play a really big role in why it sounds good. This is the typical use case. Somebody will put it on a table, and that is quite a severe reflecting plane acoustically.
It's at its optimum function, you would say, in a horizontal format. That's generally how these things are used. But you see what happens there. You can have a vertical format, so you can put, you know, a pair together in a room. I find that really interesting, and still the form works exactly how it needs to in whichever orientation.
We've done some quite neat stuff in terms of the technology as well. So there's a bit of a difference in the acoustic loading when it's in this orientation and this orientation. But there's actually a little tilt switch inside that detects where it is, and it'll change the sound balance to always try and give you the best possible performance. And so the design doesn't stop once you have a picture of what it looks like, which can be something we had working with other people. And it really doesn't. And with Ross's team, you really see that. They're really interested in the detail.
It's different because these are more limited editions. These are globally accessible, but it's still aluminium. And both of these adhere, including the table, by the way, to principles that Apple have pioneered, which is take known principles and perfect them. Get incredible precision. So that's what we've been doing here for a long, long time. But the world is becoming very wireless, very interconnected in every way. So I've got thoughts on what we should do next for those wonderful consumers.